Hi folks, this is your MWIS Fleeting View in association with Petzl. We'll have a first glimpse at the weekend and the longer range outlook in a moment, but just looking through the next few days, it's staying a rather changeable story. The coolest day of the week is going to be Wednesday, where temperatures on the higher mountain tops in Scotland will be only just above freezing point. The showers that come in will have some hail and maybe some sleet on those highest mountains. A windy and rather chilly day across all the tops. Milder air is waiting out in the wings over the Atlantic, and that will sweep back in again for the later stages of this week. Here's the sequence then, hour by hour through Wednesday, and we see showers across many western mountains through Wednesday, frequent across west and northwest Scotland, drier and brighter with fewer showers around the Cairngorms. We have a trough moving across England and Wales, that producing the heaviest and most frequent showers on western hills across Wales and the Lake District in the morning. Some hail and a chance of an isolated rumble of thunder from those for a time. That trough will then pass eastwards, some showers running into the Pennines, but will lose their intensity as we go through the afternoon around Irish Sea coasts and will tend to become fewer as well. As we head onwards overnight and into Thursday, we'll see the first effects of that warm front coming in from the Atlantic with some rain and some drizzle setting in into the evening and the night across western hills. Temperatures will tend to rise as we go through the night, and generally a very mild story then will take us into Thursday and Friday. A lot of rain to come across west and northwest Scotland as a frontal system trails through here over a good couple of days, so some constant heavy falls of rain at times setting in across western mountains of Scotland. Widespread gale force winds, severe gales over the higher terrain through Thursday, the isobars very close together. A lot of low cloud, rain and drizzle affects western hills across England and Wales as well. Further heavy falls of rain continue into Friday then across western Scotland. Just be aware of very wet ground conditions, some flooding of streams and rivers likely in these areas. It stays very windy across the mountains through Friday, and further low cloud, rain and drizzle coming in across the Irish Sea coasts. As we go to the later stages of Friday, maybe that front just starting eventually to weaken across Scotland. For Saturday, high pressure is centred just to the east of us. We're dragging in a drier south to southeasterly airflow by this stage, so the scope to break up that low cloud compared to previous days. A few banks still lingering around western coastal regions, south-facing hills in particular, but much of England and Wales looks dry, it's bright and fairly mild with some sunshine. Uncertainty about the leftovers of the front still across Scotland may give some rain or drizzle and low cloud for a time, that tending to pull away northwestwards through the day. Still quite breezy, quite gusty, strongest winds across more western coastal mountains, comparatively lower wind speeds the further toward the east you go. By Sunday, it looks as though the winds strengthen once more from the south-southwest. The risk of gale force winds widely across the mountains will drag in more in the way of low cloud and moisture again from the Atlantic, so some drizzly conditions coming in to western coastal areas. The threat of the front over Ireland pushing in as well, and that may give some heavier rain developing with time. Best chance for higher cloud bases and brighter, drier conditions toward the northeast of major hill groups around the Cairngorms and the North Pennines. Still a mild day, but a very windy story once more by Sunday. Finishing with the general story into next week, and it looks as though high pressure will be towards Scandinavia, low pressure over the Atlantic, still south or southwesterly winds prevailing. The very mild air looks to be drawn away into Scandinavia, and we're dragging in the air a bit more from cooler sources over the North Atlantic, so it's likely that early next week sees temperatures on the mountains drop back close to freezing point, at least on the Scottish tops, so some sleet may be mixed in with the showers at times, again some hail and maybe some thunder as things are pretty unsettled once more. Low pressure nearby, the risk of further gales and severe gales on the mountains at times, I'm afraid. You can check all your local details every day on the MWIS website. That is your Fleeting View in association with Petzl. Thanks for watching.